clients who come to me in the aftermath of death of a family member, and they're living with the consequences of this failure to adequately plan. And it was so preventable. Maybe they would have paid a lawyer $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 and avoid this entirely, and now their family's living with a situation where there could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that was paid. They could have been a business that they had to sell in a crisis at the death of the patriarch, for example, in order to pay the taxes. This is not an uncommon situation. If you have a business that maybe it's not liquid at all, most businesses are not liquid. As a matter of fact, small family businesses, there are huge disputes about what their value is even. But you know what their value is in terms of providing income, key income to the family members, and this has been something the family has relied on for many generations, perhaps, or a couple generations. And so here this patriarch dies. The IRS looks at the business and says the business is worth $20 million based upon the fact that it's throwing off, several $100,000 net income or whatever the number may be. But they gross that up, and by one of those formulas we've talked about on this show, they conclude it's $20 million. And they say, well, let me do the math. Let's see, 45%. So you owe me, whatever it is, $8 or $9 million. Well, where are they going to come up with that kind of money? It's not there. And the IRS is not going to take a payment plan. There are a few exceptions to that, but for the most part, they're not going to take a payment plan. So it's a crisis, and the business ends up being sold as a fire sale. Now, the patriarch this is the last thing in the world that he would have wanted to happen, but he never foresaw the implications of that valuation and a debt that became due immediately for that much money. Most people cannot raise that. So when the business is sold, it's sold under circumstances where it gets far less than it should. And what's quite common, in fact, is it sells for less than the tax due under those forced sale conditions. So while I can weave these nightmare scenarios, I think you get it. I mean, the people who would watch this show are given to be the type of people who would do estate planning, and you think about these things. It's the reason you've accumulated assets. So I know I'm speaking to listeners who tend to be very thoughtful about their future and are prepared to pay professionals to do things that will protect that future. So in any case, I look forward to our getting together at the next episode. We'll pick up this discussion. My name's Joe Cordell. This has been Cash Counsel. Take care.